time lapse rolling up Cabbage. What does that mean? Stay tuned. More proof of why truck speed limiters is a bad idea. And yes, we're going to be busting our ass this weekend, but just might make it to Houston by midday Monday. All in this episode of
The Clutch Trucker Channel.
Clutch Trucker, filmed before a live and fuzzy studio audience. That is Rusty, the world-famous meatball dog. Hey YouTube, Clutch Trucker here. Thanks for tuning into another edition of the Clutch Trucker Channel. Alright, it is Friday the 3rd, and I just might be able to make this thing work and deliver midday Monday is what I'm kind of aiming for down in Houston. It's 2,300 miles. It's going to be real tight, real hard running. Going to be running my ass off all weekend. But I might just be able to get there, like I say, midday Monday, so hopefully they can get it unloaded on Monday. And then maybe Tuesday I can get a load to point me towards the house and still make it home in time so I can make the flight early Friday morning to get to my niece's wedding. That's the whole plan. Got the dash cam going because we're about to go up Cabbage. I have no idea why it's called Cabbage. I think it's kind of a silly name for this pass, but at any rate, you can see the big mountain up there ahead of us. And we're going to start climbing this thing here, and this loads about 20,000 pounds. It's not too bad, so I won't be completely crawling up it, but I won't be going great speeds either. So, I'm in a little bit better mood today, thank God. Rusty did help, and I got a chance to wind down last night and rest real good, which helped out because I was just so angry yesterday. Did get a great shower today at the TA in Troutdale. I really don't like that TA, but boy, the shower was good. It was literally one of those blast you against the walls kind of showers. I mean, it was almost painful, but boy, you know, you can get over there and just let it reach your neck and get all that tightness out. I stayed under that thing for a long time. That helped put me in a better mood. And I cooked up some more tacos before I got back on the road this afternoon. So, all in all, it turned out pretty good. Alright, we're just at the base of this thing. Let me look at my GPS. We're at 1,500 feet right now, I think at the top. We're just over 3,000 maybe? So we climb up quite a bit here. This is a crazy pass in the wintertime. It's not a fun one, especially if you're going down. I'd always rather be going up. Because if you go down and you start sliding, hello! Yeah, anyway, I'm going to start having to downshift here any second. Also, you know, my speed limiters bad idea video that I did a little while ago, I got some more proof of the governed trucks passing me in a 60-mile-an-hour zone. It's from Troutdale, or, you know, basically Portland area, until about the Dallas. It's all 60 miles an hour for trucks. But FFE was passing me, May Trucking was passing me, CR England's passing me. May Trucking must have gone up a little bit. They were 61 miles an hour when I drove for them years ago. They must be closer to 65 now. But, yeah, so I got video evidence of all of those guys passing me. Figured I'd do some of this video with the dash cam stuff now because it's going to start getting dark, as it is 7 o'clock Pacific time. So we'll start climbing up Cabbage here, and I'll keep the dash cam going, and we'll give you kind of a time-lapse thing maybe, yeah. Yeah, I was right. It's over 3,000 feet. It's just we're getting up here to the top. Right now it's 3,330 feet. That's where we're at right now. I was able to average 45 all the way up that, which is pretty good. I've had heavy loads coming up that thing where I'm doing 25. So, not bad at all. We're still climbing just a little bit more. I've come up this thing in really hairy weather before, and yeah, kind of frightening, maybe, yeah. Luckily, the second place got me loaded a lot faster than the first place did yesterday. First place yesterday over 6 hours. Second place today only took less than 2 hours, so it wasn't bad at all. Say had time to go get the shower and everything, and I just, like I said, might still be able to make this thing work. That's the whole plan. 3386, and we're still going up. Alright, we just passed 3,500 feet, so yes, we did go up 2,000 feet in just that short amount of time. Which I know for some of you who live in like Florida, the whole state, you can't get much above maybe 800 feet up near the Panhandle and stuff. So when you're down towards Orlando and everything, you're like, 15 feet. That always just baffles me. I always have to let my wife know, elevation 15 feet. So growing up in Colorado, where you're at 5,000, where we live in Wyoming, we're over 6,000 all the time. It's just very foreign to me to be at such a low level. And of course, out there off the coast of Oregon and Washington, we're hovering around 200 feet for the most part. Hey, I want to say real quick, I was driving across Oregon all during the night, and I had stopped in Baker City, and after I got back on the highway, I'm coming up that hill there, and this truck goes passing me and gets in front of me, and then I finally got up speed, was able to get around him and get in front of him, and then I looked back behind me, and then he kind of starts coming around me again. I'm like, well, pick a speed, buddy. What the hell are you doing? Then he gets up behind me and slows down right up along with me. And he's waving at me, and I'm like, oh, okay, you just wanted to say hi. He obviously recognized me from the channel and saw my sign on there, so I waved back. And so I just want to give you a little shout out there, Mr. Driver. I think it said Love Trucking on his door. He was in a white Volvo. And then he was behind me, and then I stopped further up the road at the TA in Huntington, that new one they have there, to fuel up. And was kind of hoping he'd stop maybe, but he probably didn't see me get off. He was probably far enough behind me. But anyway, whoever you are, driver, saw you, and hi to you. So, like I said, a lot of planning, and a little bit of magic, and I might just be able to make this thing work. I'm hoping maybe to be there midday-ish, 1 p.m. on Monday. I have a window of all this week, all next week, or this week, whatever you want to call it, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. every day, and I'm hoping that if I can get there midday Monday, then they'll get it unloaded. And I'm also hoping the whole unloading process will go much faster than the loading process, because they're just pulling it all out there. They're not having to pack it in just right and bleep, blop, bleep, blop. So, hopefully that'll work. I'll be out of hours as soon as I hit the receiver, so I'm going to have to use PC to make it over to, found this TA that's west of Houston. I don't like to stay anywhere right in the Houston area. It's scary town, baby. It's bad news at the truck stops around there. So I'm willing to drive like 52 miles away, and I'll do that on PC, and so I'm going to reserve a spot. Now that I finally have been out here long enough, I got my gear level back up with the TA Petro Ultra 1 thing, because as long as you're at gear level 4 or 5, you can use those Ultra credits to reserve a spot. If you're at only gear 1, 2, or 3, all that's good for is a shower. Well, that's where I use them to reserve the spots. Then I'm not spending cash money. I don't mind as much. Or I'm not having to use all my points to do it. So, and then I can let my points finally start zipping up again. So that'll be the whole plan there. So hopefully, if that works, then I can get a load heading back to the house and make this all work. Thanks everybody for all the suggestions. I did read all those comments. A lot of people said, hey, just park the truck somewhere in the Houston area, take a plane to New York from there, or a lot of other options people suggested, and I do appreciate all the suggestions. I hopefully won't have to worry about that yet, but if things don't go well, that might be what I'm going to have to do, and we'll have to buy a carrier at a pet store for Rusty or something so he can go on the plane, whatever we need to do. So that just might be an option, because you're right, if I have to deadhead the whole way home, that's with the fuel prices now, that would be much more than having to buy an extra plane ticket or something. So thanks everybody for all those suggestions. Hopefully though, this will work out. Like I say, I'm going to be running my butt off. I ran my clock out today. This is as far as I can make it. It was Ogden, Utah is where I am here this morning now, Saturday morning, the 4th. Got here about 6 a.m. Central Time, 5 a.m. Mountain. I'll be leaving tonight, and I'll drive through the night, and I'm going to try to make it to the very bottom of Colorado, off there on Highway 287, just before the Oklahoma border, because that'll be as far as I can make it. And then the next day, I'll drive, through the night, Sunday night into Monday, and hopefully should make it all the way down to Houston. That's the plan in theory. Of course, with the old phrase, man plans, God laughs. So it may not work out, but this is what I'm gunning for right now. I talked in my why truck speed limiters is such a bad idea video about how the trucks that are out there now, like your C.R. Englands, your May Trucking, other examples like that, how those guys never slow down for anything lower than the speed of their truck will go. And as I was driving from Portland this morning, yesterday afternoon, it's a 60-mile-an-hour zone on there. And of course, I'm going 61 because I know the cops, really love to ride out, take us there. And I get passed by all these, company trucks that are governed, and these guys are not slowing down because, of course, they're under pressure to make the time, and they can't make up the time later when the speed limit goes up to 70. I ended up passing all of them later, but just take a look at this. Alright, there's FFE, Frozen Food Express, another starter company that hires new drivers, puts them in a governed truck, and again, I'm in a 60-mile-an-hour zone, I'm going 61. And I'm being passed by all these starter companies that hire the new drivers, put them in the trucks with the e-logs, and then put them under pressure to get there on time, even though they can't go the speed limit when it goes up to like 65 or 70. And what happens, there you go again, they speed through the 60-mile-an-hour zone. And here comes C.R. England passing me. I know they're only governed by, I think, around 64, 65. And again, they're going as fast as their truck will go. So when you put in the speed limiters on all trucks, this is exactly what's going to happen. Everybody's going to go the speed limit of their truck all the time, no matter what the speed. Here's May Trucking, and I know for a fact when I drove for them years ago, they were governed at 61. They've obviously raised that. So here it is. He's passing me too. Because, they got to make up time later when it goes up to 70, and they can't go that fast. So they're always going to speed through the lower speed zones. All right, drove a lot today. It was a very long day, but, and I got to make, here I can show you, 777 miles tomorrow to Springfield, Colorado. And then I've got to make 759 miles to make it down to the place in Houston, Texas. And that 52 miles there will have to be PC to make it from there. This is a long-ass run, and I'm doing it as quick as I possibly can. Well, thanks for tuning in for that one. A little more proof about the speed limiter issue. And with any hope, we're going to make Houston by midday Monday. What do you think? Yeah, it's going to be running. Keep those motors running. Keep them doggies moving. Ride. Fluff them up, come their hair, ride. I don't know. Anyway, hope you like that time lapse going up Cabbage, and just various others. Thanks again for tuning in. Please subscribe. Please like and comment. I get to your comments usually within a couple of days. Sometimes takes a little longer because I'm a working truck driver. Make sure you ring that bell for notifications so you know when the new videos come out. And there's Clutch Trucker on Instagram, Clutch Trucker on Twitter. And as always, sniff that magic YouTube fairy dust. Clutch and Rusty, out. Okay, I won't leave the cave. All right, here we go. Oh, that's cheating. Come on down. No, I haven't thrown it yet. It's over here. Come down. There you go. All right. You got it. Because he's a begging strip dog. He's a begging strip dog. Sometimes he eats too fast and he starts to cough. He's a begging strip dog. You got to come up with some more lyrics for your begging strip dog song there, Rusty, right? Oh, a big piece went over on the step. Go get it. Oh my goodness. You almost lost it. Would have been terrible.